Hello again, whiskey friends. Thanks for joining me for another tasting. Today, we're going to crack into a Barrell Bourbon Single Barrel. Now, this particular one is a 9-year MGP pick. So, I'm pretty excited to get into it. Crack this thing open, break it down. We're going to talk about barrel bourbon too. Let's kind of talk about what's going on with these single barrels, because some people might be sleeping on these. There's a bunch of different things going on. You got to be careful with the details on these and ask some questions. But man, have I come across some good, unique barrel bourbon single barrels lately. So let's kick off the show, get this thing started. Thanks for joining, everybody. Cork pop. Yeah. All right. We're going to pour this one. Let it breathe for a little bit. All right. That's a good pour. Cheers to Joe. Go check out Independent Joe if you haven't already. All right. With these Barrell Bourbon Single Barrels, I'm going to specifically talk about these single barrels right now. I have a very mixed relationship with barrel, especially the batches, just because they use Tennessee sometimes, and you just got to be careful. You really got to be careful about what's going on. But the trick with these truly is to check the age. We're talking about the single barrels. Check the age on the front. So in this particular one, you can see 9 years. Check on the back and see where it's distilled. That's the most important thing. Distilled, in this case, Indiana. But could be Kentucky, could be Tennessee, could be a blend of all of them if you're getting into the batches. Like, you gotta pay attention to the details of where it's sourced from. They tell you. Now, even with some of the ones that are marked distilled in Kentucky, that doesn't tell you a whole lot either. So ask some questions and see if the store or somebody will give you any information on it. You know, there's some of these that pop up that are supposedly like Willet barrels sometimes. Like I got one right here that's like supposedly an 8-year Willet. Pretty good when we're talking about the price here. This particular one, 9-year MGP, $99. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. Where the market is today for a 9-year MGP, I appreciated that a lot. This one is called Caramel Apple Campfire. Came from Justin's House of Bourbon. Got to visit them recently, and man, do they have some good stuff on the shelf. My wife let me out of her sight for like 15 minutes, and yeah, some damage happened. But this is one of them. Excited to get in with you. This is 106.76 proof. That is really specific. So about 107 proof. 9-year MGP. Can I tell you how excited I am that MGP single barrels are getting back up to like 9 years here? That actually escalated a lot faster than I thought, because we were just now scraping four years, like 2 years ago here. I thought that was going to be a while to build this stock up. Man, I've been seeing some 8-year picks and some 9-year picks now. 9 years, how awesome. All right. Now, the point of this tasting, I know, this particular single barrel, there's only so many of them. We're going to go through the tasting. We're going to go through the notes. Overall, I'm just trying to educate about barrel bourbon single barrels in general. They can be really, really good. So you just got to ask questions and know what you're looking for. So even if you can't get this particular single barrel, just kind of take that away from the experience. But 9-year MGP, let's see what the profile is, because I have a feeling as we get into 9-year, 10-year, 11-year, 12-year of this MGP, this era, it's going to be different than what we had before. That 2005, 2008 distilled era that was my wheelhouse for so long. I got a few bottles tucked away to covet for a while and open up on special occasions. I have a feeling when this gets that old, it will not taste the same. But let's explore this one and see what's there. Cheers, whiskey friends. Oh, man. I know the name of it's caramel apple, but I'm getting a whole lot of cherry off this nose. Cherry and butterscotch. Oh, man, that butterscotch. I haven't gotten a good butterscotch nose off of an MGP for a while. Kind of goes against what I just said a second ago. Yeah, and it gets real bright on this one. There's the apple. There's the apple. It could even drift into a spicy pear. And there is a lot of apple pie crust to that one. I'm not going to go graham cracker. Graham cracker is sometimes my usual thing to say on MGP, especially around 6 years. No, this is the apple pie crust, man. Oh, it's a bit doughy too. Might even be turned into a cinnamon roll. Man. Apple strudel? Travels in that area. There's a nice powdered sugar note there. 9 years, not hitting me with oak. Like, we're getting up there in age now, but not oak forward in any way. It doesn't have any deep flavors. This one, at least on the nose, has traveled in the medium to, kind of a high pitch range. Man. Didn't get anything off of that one. Anything more off of it, so let's go into the taste. Let's see what this tastes like. Cheers, whiskey friends. Thanks for joining. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Kelsey, you're not going to regret this one. Oh, that's really good. Oh, yeah. So excited that we're getting to MGP Single Barrels back at 9 years. $99. Please keep the price range right there. All right, so we're going to break this down. Front of the palate, mid palate, and then the finish. Man, it was very, very flavorful right off the bat. It was all cinnamon sugar apple, I would say. I'm going to go in for one more taste, but oh, it was just firing on all cylinders right from the start. Oh, man. It's creamy, too. Even some vanilla ice cream off the start. As it goes to mid-palate into the finish, man, that cinnamon note picks up and it gets spicy. Oh, yeah. There is oak, by the way. There's oak. There's oak on the finish. It was not on the nose. It is there, and that also excites me. Let's get those ages up. Yeah. Apple again is the dominant fruit. Maybe even drifts into a peach towards the finish there. But yeah, the cinnamon, the sugar, the dough, a little bit of oak. Oh man, that's really good. That is really good. It's one of the best MGP single barrels I've had in a while. At least with a more stereotypical profile. I've had some really great off-profile ones, but 9 years. Yeah, I love the oak it brings on the finish. That's a standout. That's what makes it stand out even farther for me. It's turned into even a chocolate note. Oh, yes. Back to some good MGP. So keep an eye out. 9 years. It exists. And it was 99 bucks. It wasn't like 150 bucks for a 9-year. Prices do vary though, so be skeptical and be diligent about asking questions, because I've seen this one was 100 and I've seen 7-year, 8 years to be 120, 140. So depending on the brand, depending what they're sourcing from, depending how they're getting it, there's just kind of a lot of middlemen to pay sometimes. That dictates the price more than the taste does. So you gotta be diligent. But geez. Thank you, Barrell. Thank you for having this. Keep these coming, because this is delicious. If you see Barrell Single Barrels, flip it around. Man, was I surprised when I saw Indiana. I thought I was going to say 9-year Kentucky. But the old MGP's out there. So, just kind of keep that in mind. You see a Barrell Single Barrel, look at that distilled. You might have a gem just like this one. Man, this is good. I'm going to sample the heck out of this one. Ooh, some upcoming blinds. All right. Well, thanks for joining me tonight, whiskey friends. Obviously, this is a single barrel. If you could see this one, I would recommend it. But in general, this was just meant to talk about Barrell Single Barrels, and they are doing some really good stuff. We'll catch you later. Goodbye, whiskey friends.